Hi, it's Len, the creator of singleparenting.us and author of the book Adventures in Single Parenting. Welcome to a three-part series on teens and sex. In part one today, we're going to discuss your role in discussing sex with your kids. The good news is that teens are waiting longer to have sex, and more are using birth control than in the past. The bad news is they're still having sex. From a parent's viewpoint, that's the problem we need to deal with. It's an undeniable fact. People have sex, and your child's first sexual experience will probably be in the next few years if they're near or at their teenage years. So the next question then is, when should I talk to my child about sex? And the answer may shock some of you. Today, right now, start talking. It's time. Now there's considerable information, and there's a fine resource starting with Sex Talk. Have the sex talk with kids at any age. And that's on the About Single Parenting website by Jennifer Wolfe. Absolutely outstanding resource. Look, we live in a world that's immersed in and preoccupied with sex. We use it to sell perfume, cars, clothes, and every other commodity. The television and the newspapers are full of it. The magazine rack is covered with it. If your children don't see the Playboy channel at your house, they're going to see it at somebody else's house. The reality is they're going to learn about sex. We seem to have this notion that the longer we delay the conversation, the longer we can put it off, and nothing could be farther from the truth. The reality is, if you want your children to have your ideals and your thoughts about them and sexual activity, then you've got to give it to them yourselves. I've seen stories, read articles that say, well, you know, if you're afraid to have the talk with them, to have a clergyman do it, have a doctor do it. No, you do it. You have to do it. If you have someone else tell them, then they're not going to get your ideals and your values and your morals. The only person who can give that to them is you. So now's the time to start talking. It should be a frank, open, and honest conversation. Babies don't come from the stork, and your children will get educated. You've heard this before. If you don't do the educating, they'll do it for you. So if you have to, just print out a copy of the article that I mentioned earlier and leave it laying on the table for them to read. Now, assuming you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. Ask a question if you like. Let's get to know each other. The written blog can also be found at the website singleparenting.us, and in the written blog there are several links to additional information, including a link to the website I mentioned earlier. Good luck in the days ahead. My wish for you is that your children grow up healthy and are positive contributors to society. I'm here to help you get there. We'll talk again. Until then, this is Len. Bye for now.